So today's video is on page 52 with the graphics in design and communications. Alright, and we're on the chapter of orthographic projections of solids in contact, okay? So it's page 52, problem 3, alright? I just put a sheet at the bottom there just to literally blank off our solution just so you can see what's going on. Alright, we need to look at our image that they've given us and we need to always read the red box just to make sure what we're doing here is corresponding to what's going on. What they normally give us is the question nearly in step-by-step format, okay? First part, draw the elevation and plan of the solids. Nice and simple. We have all our information here, okay? All our information is actually in the plan, so therefore we'll be able to get all the plan first, then go and do our elevation, all right? So that's the first part. Second part then just says, draw an elevation and plan of a cone, which is 60mm base diameter, 60mm height, okay? This rests on the horizontal plane, so as we always talk about, the horizontal plane is our XY line, all right, in position S. So S is here, so therefore it will be here somewhere, okay? And show all the points of contact as well as the solids. So first things first, get our plan and elevation popped in. Start with your plan, go to your elevation, okay? Give yourselves a little bit of room because when we go to put in our extra object, we're going to do it out on the side over here. So keep it over a little bit, center the page is fine, all right? So first things first, do the plan, then we'll move on to our elevation. Okay, so start with the obvious enough XY line. Okay, we've got our XY line. We're going to put in our object A first, which is the sphere. Alright, so I'm going to do the sphere here. I'm just going to put a light line up there because I know my center points will be along here. Alright, it is 60 diameter for that sphere A. So I'm just going to put a dot at 0, dot at 30, which would be my radius. Get my compass and swing my circle for our sphere. Okay, nice and light. Again, everything nice and light first because objects will overlap somewhere as time goes on. Just going to pop that in. While I have my compass set to my radius, I'm going to pop in my elevation of this sphere as well. Okay, again, nice and light. Now, looking at our image there, it tells us from A, so this is A. I'm just going to put in my external generator here, extreme generator I should say, across the middle. From A, from the center point, we go 30 degrees. Okay, we're heading 30 degrees towards our cylinder B, and it is 66mm away. So from the center point, it's 66mm away. Put a dot at 66mm. And this is, excuse me, this is a circle with radius 40, or sorry, radius 20. So I'm going to bring that up. So it's a cylinder, it is radius 20, so I'm just going to measure out 20 here. My compass, swing that. Okay, and that is B. Let's transfer that up into my elevation. Okay. So, brought our points up. Now, it doesn't tell us in the book, alright, so the book has a few errors here and there without measurements. But what we're going to do is, we're just going to make it in line with the top of our sphere, which is 60, so I'm just going to take that height from across there, and I'm going to just draw that across there, alright, because this is my 60. Keeping everything nice and light now, okay? Drop that down nice and light, so that will be my cylinder, so that is B, this is A, that is my plan and elevation completed. Now, in the question it says, draw the elevation and plan of a cone, which is 60mm base diameter and 60 height, and it's going to be in position S. So S is here, which is obviously here as well. All you do, right, over where there's a bit of space, so I'm just going to extend out this XY line here. Where there's a bit of space over here, I'm going to draw in a cone. So what we need to do is we need to get an edge view. Sorry, I jumped a bit there. We need to get into an edge view of the cone touching off my cylinder, or off my sphere. The reason I'm not doing it off the cylinder is because when you bring it into plan, it doesn't pass through, it doesn't go underneath the cylinder, it goes only against it. So this is where we could have our issues, all right, if we were to go off and do our edge view on this one, all right. So what I'm going to do, nice and easy here, is we want to get our cone in contact here, but in order to do that, we need to find what angle the cone makes. So we're just going to do a little mock-up of the cone over here, all right. So a little mock-up. Okay, so we're measuring our 60 mil base, all right. So like I said, off to the side, we're just making a little dummy run of this, all right. All right, there's my center point. I'm going to send that up, all right, and it's 60 tall, 60 millimeters tall. So from here to here, and from here to here, there is my apex, 60 off the ground. That is my triangle off to the side. So this is my cone now, all right. Got an edge view of that cone there, and what I want to do is take this outside edge, and I'm going to slide and set square it over till it makes contact with my cylinder or my sphere, because we need that. Excuse me, sorry, there's no. So we need that view where they're both in contact on the edge, and then we'll be able to rotate it just like we have in all the rest of the questions. So slide and set squares over to here. There is my edge view. So from here, I'm just going to send it up. So there it is there. Just use our apex. We don't need to draw the whole thing again. We'll just take our apex across. Alright, there's my apex of my cone. It's basically a matter of making half the cone there now. Alright, so there's my half my cone. Here it is in contact. Now, while we're there, we'll just get the point of contact. Nice and handy, right? So, take our edge view again of our cone. Move it back just a slight bit. We're going to go perpendicular off the edge. From the center point. There you are there. That is the point of contact, POC. Alright, so in its external view, so it's extreme, I should say, generator view around here, okay? So, what I'm going to do is get my pink pen. Alright, we're going to extend out this extreme generator on my sphere. I'm going to transfer center point of my cone down onto this. I'm also going to take my point of contact down onto that. Okay, so I have two brought down. So that's my direction there. Now, my compass. Take it from here, center of that, extend it out to where my center is, and I'm just going to rotate that around to there. I don't know where I'm stopping, just rotated it around. Same with my point of contact. There it is there. Rotate it around. Don't know where it's stopping. Okay. Okay, so that's my two arcs spun around the cone. What I want to do now is, because the cone makes contact with our cylinder, it can't overlap, it can't pass through, nothing like that. The base is always going to be in contact with the outside edge of this cylinder here, because we have a straight outer edge, alright? So it's nice and easy. All you do here is add the radiuses together. So I already have it at 20, and I'm going to add the radius of the cone, which brings me out further, and the radius of the cone is 30, so therefore anywhere along, so I'm just doing it along this line because I have it from earlier on, okay? I'm going to set up my 50 radius from the center of the cylinder. I'm going to rotate this back around, and there we have it. That is my center point for excuse me, center point for our cone. Alright, now go back up here. I'm going to take my radius 30 there from above, and I'm going to swing this in. Alright, so swinging it in light first of all. Now what I can do is I know where everything is. I'm going to heavy it in. Alright, so it's going to be heavied from the edge of that cylinder right the way around to the other edge of the cylinder, but the rest of it is going to be hidden detail underneath because it passes underneath the object. Alright, so it slots underneath it. You can see it just here where it passes underneath, so therefore that has to be hidden detail. I can go to my cylinder, heavy that in, go to my sphere, heavy that in. Alright, so that's the 3 in plan done. Now we get our points of contact. So when you have two circles in plan, or in any area really, two circles there in contact, join them together where they cross over, because that's where the point of contact was above. That's my POC. These two where they're in contact on the edge to edge, two circles, join them together where they hit here, the other point of contact. Now, nice and handy. Take my center point from S there, from down the plan, bring it up into elevation, take my top across, there's the apex of the cone. Alright, take the two outsides, there is one outside hitting here, so it's extreme there. Now, this is in front now, this, because we're looking in here, our cone is in front of everything. So I can heavy those in, so I'm putting them in solid. Just barely goes in front of that cylinder here. Heavy up my cylinder B. I'll go back now and I will get my sphere A. Heavy that up. Remember now, the sphere A is at the back. That's dotted lines there. Now, last but not least, points of contact. Okay, so just bring your points of contact back up. You can just see it's just on the ground there, so it's POC there. Take this one here. So where it is down in plan, we're going to send that up. We already have an elevation here on its edge. You just transfer it across. That there, that is POC. Alright, so there we have our image. So that is page 52. Problem 3. Alright, take your time with that. Make sure you have the points of contact. So you should have 2 in elevation, 2 in plan. Make sure we have our hidden detail and our heavy and light lines popped in. So all it is get your plan and elevation done first of object A and B. Then you go on the second part, which is the cone. Draw it over to the side here. Slide and set squared over to get the edge where it makes contact, the edge of the cone and sphere A. Then we just bring it down like we normally do for the rest of the questions. Okay.